Om Shri Sai Ram, offering our humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dear Lord Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Dear all, a very happy Deepavali to all of you. The fifth step on the ladder of devotion is Archanam, which means an offering. Love expresses in giving, and as devotion, it grows in the heart of the devotee. The offerings change as the devotee grows in his devotion. In worshipping the Lord, many objects and rituals are involved. But is one himself involved in worshipping the Lord? Is our mind focused and involved in the worship? If it is not, then the worship will not bless one with expansion. All worship should be done with the feeling that Swami is present. The feeling that the Lord is present will keep the mind in the puja. What one offers to the Lord in one's pujas is not important. Rather, the attitude with which one offers is more important. That is what he values. The worship is only a medium to carry the devotee's love to him. And love is all that he seeks in every heart. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says he is pleased to receive even a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or even water as an offering from the devotee. What the Lord means is that in terms of worldly objects, we do not have to offer him expensive items. What he really wants from us is a feeling of pure love for him. This only truly pleases him and melts his heart. There is a story in the Bhagavad Purana about Satyabhama and Rukmini, Sri Krishna's wives. For Sri Krishna's birthday, Satyabhama decided to do some charity. She wanted to weigh the Lord in gold and give away the amount in charity. She was from a rich family, and being the king's wife, she had a lot of personal wealth. Maybe she was trying to prove to the other wives that she loved him more than them. The Lord can never tolerate arrogance from his dear devotees. He tries to break it as soon as it rises. This is his compassion. This is his karuna. So, a big weighing scale was brought, and the Lord was made to sit on one side very ceremoniously. On the other side, huge amounts of gold were kept. But Krishna proved to be heavier. Some more gold was called for, but to no avail. Krishna was still heavier. Now, Satyabhama called for all the gold that she had, even her personal jewelry. Even then, the scale did not tilt. Satyabhama grew anxious, did not know what to do. She could not believe her eyes. How was that possible? Krishna was definitely not that heavy, she thought. Rukmini, who had been watching with interest, understood the game and came to her rescue. She plucked a tulsi leaf and prayed to Krishna, and then she kept it with the gold. Immediately, the scale tilted in her favor. What is heavier than the Lord? Nothing, absolutely nothing, but the Lord is moved by pure love. The Lord is bigger than the biggest and at the same time smaller than the smallest. Who can really capture the uncapturable? Who can measure the immeasurable? No one. But pure love has the power to hold him, to capture and to measure him. Love alone is what he seeks from devotees, for it pleases him immensely. There is nothing else that he wants from us. Therefore, dear uncles, aunties, brothers, sisters, and children, on this auspicious occasion of Deepavali, where we may engage in various forms of worship, let us take this opportunity to understand the significance and the essence of worship behind the rituals that we perform. Let us find out more about the path of devotion through Archanam on this holy occasion.
Human civilization's greatest discovery that kept and is continuing to sustain us till today, even after a million years of being vulnerable to forces around us, is the discovery of light and heat through fire. In fact, we wouldn't need too much logic to agree that our ancient forefathers kept their families safe in the cold, dark, freezing caves away from the wild beasts by having a fire lit in their defense. Even today, all we need is a tiny flickering bedroom lamp to give us much confidence and clarity when suddenly the much needed darkness for sleep seems overwhelmingly scary at night, even in our own safe shelters of our home. It is this observation by the ancient Indian man that inspired to make fire in the form of lamp, yajnas, aratis, and even a deity, Agni, an important element in the worship and veneration of gods and goddesses in the Hindu tradition. Fire burns only with its flame tip upwards, defying the gravitational logic, and therefore it is believed that the fire worshipped is pointing man to the direction upwards, a usual gesture to identify the supreme truth or God. The lighted oil lamps are called Deepam or Deepa in many Indian languages. Thus, the name Deepavali. Vali in the Tamil language can be loosely translated as the path, route, direction, procedure, or the way. In short, this festival is coined Deepavali to celebrate the oil lamps lit to brighten the darkest night of the lunar month Kartike, a symbol of hope, illumination, clarity, and joy, as a way out from the darkest despair and fearful period of one's life. The Hindu mythological Puranas that are used as storytelling tools to instill good values, faith, and virtues commemorate this day to many significant Hindu milestones. One being Goddess Lakshmi, the mother of prosperity, choosing to wed Lord Vishnu, the sustainer, on this day, as though to denote the start of sustaining prosperity and auspiciousness in one's life. This day is also celebrated to glorify Lord Rama's return to his kingdom, Ayodhya, as the epic Ramayana describes how the delighted citizens lit bright lamps along the streets to welcome their beloved king back to their land and hearts after a long 13 years spent apart. In the following avatar as Krishna, along with his wife Satyabhama, he also defeated the demon Narakasura to lift the suffering of humanity on this day. As stories and histories are often repeated to inspire good thoughts, hope, and values, these tales and chronicles are often narrated as lamps are lit in our homes even till today to uplift human spirits, to celebrate goodness, righteousness, morality, and virtue, as a way to a more satisfactory, lasting, joyful life. Although traditionally it is a Hindu festival, since light is regarded as a prayer-worthy element in many religions, it is not unusual to include friends and family of different faiths in this celebration of light. It is a common denominator in all tradition to recognize light as a path to God. For instance, candle lights lit in the Christian altar, the lotus oil lamps illuminating the Buddha figure, the kerosene lamps decorating the Muslim hallways, the fireworks of a Taoist household, and the candle brightening the Jewish menorah. Therefore, as the inner significance of celebrating goodness is common for all decent human beings, be it believers or atheists, every Hindu usually embraces all their friends from all different walks of life to join them during this festival of light. Deepavali or Diwali also marks the start of the new year. So, getting rid of old clutter and negativity feels like a fresh start for many. It is customary to thoroughly clean your home to help welcome the goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and fortune, during the celebrations. Many Hindus and even non-Hindus wait for Diwali to redecorate and paint their walls. Each house, business spaces, and workplaces are thoroughly cleaned and decorated. Draping new curtains, refurbishing old paint coats, floral arrangements are not unusual affairs in every home. While the mothers and ladies of the houses are busy baking cookies or buying delicacies a month ahead, the men folk are usually given the tasks to mend faulty furniture and lamps, procure firecrackers, and take lead in the shopping lists. Shopping for new clothes and ornaments to be worn on the day, especially for the children and adults of the house, are nearly compulsory. It is also common to see Tamil ladies exchanging recipes for murukku, a popular deep-fried Indian snack with a crunchy texture, which are usually prepared to be enjoyed on the festive day. It is usually made with rice flour and urad dal bean flour, combined together into a spiral-shaped paste that is deep-fried in oil. Most of these savory snacks are additionally flavored with cumin, asafoetida or chili. Originating from Tamil Nadu, its name means twisted, referring to its unusual shape. Usual important tasks for the day before include preparing the cooking materials for the following day's festival, decorating entrances with columns or rangolis, hanging mango leaves at the entrance as a symbol of prosperity and auspiciousness, preparing prayer materials and arranging diyas or clay oil lamps around the house. You can easily buy cheap earthen diyas. Alternatively, you can try using fruit or seashells for easy homemade diyas if they are sturdy. To make your own unique and original diyas, carve out the inside of a piece of fruit and place a candle inside it. Or simply put a candle in a large seashell with a flat bottom. Diyas are very significant in Hinduism. They symbolize knowledge, enlightenment, and one's submission to a higher power. If you have a special design in mind, or are keen to make unique diyas of your own. You can create beautiful patterns on plain diyas with colors, flowers, stones, or even try using recycled materials. Malaysian Hindus also observe ancestor worship ceremonies a day or two before the festival, as all family members would have gathered under the same roof prior to the festival. Besides being a session to thank and express gratitude to the ancestors, this prayer session often involves the relatives gathering to earmark the upcoming celebration. The homes of the elders are often bustling with fireworks, peals of laughter, and plans for the next day, where all the members come together in unison and be connected with love and joy. The lady of the house often wakes up early in the morning and takes her oil bath before lighting up the lamp in the prayer altar to commemorate the auspicious day. She then lights up the kitchen stove and offers her prayers to the fire on the stove as Goddess Lakshmi herself before commencing the cooking for the prasadam and breakfast. While the mother is busy in the kitchen, the household members wake up to have their oil bath on this holy day. Hindus are encouraged to wake up before the sunrise, preferably the godly hours of Brahma Muhurtam, which is from 4 to 6 in the morning. Oil baths or Yennai Kuliyal are compulsory on this day. The elders of the house apply gingerly oil on the heads of the children. They are made to sit facing east, which is where the sun rises. And while the elders chant prayers to invoke the blessings of the Kula Devata, the male repeats the phrase Chiranjavi 8 times, and the female repeats Subha Mangalam 8 times, as they are being anointed by the elders. Chiranjavi is in remembrance of the 8 immortals to invoke long life in the Hindu tradition: Hanuman, Vedavyasa, Markandeya, Parashurama, Vibhishana, Ashwatthama, Mahabali, and Kripa, all saints and sages whose virtues are to be epitomized, and the term Shubha Mangala to invoke the Ashtalakshmi, the 8 Lakshmis. After which one applies the oil all over before taking a warm water shower. The warm water shower is to invoke Goddess Ganga, who has promised in the Puranas to visit each home on this day. After the shower, family members gather in front of their beautifully decorated prayer altar to offer their obeisance as a family. Fresh, clean clothes that are usually new are worn on this day. Prayers are usually done in accordance with one's own usual way of prayers: bhajans, pujas, namavali, thevaram, etc. Afterwards, the blessings of the adults through Pada Namaskar are sought before commencing the day. Visiting the nearest temple is a usual practice on this day before having breakfast together. Alternatively, temples can also be visited in the evening. Although many Hindu families in Malaysia practice a non-vegetarian diet on Deepavali, Sattvic vegetarian food is recommended as the spirit of the festival lies in inspiring good thoughts and feelings instead of animal butchering and violence. Some families also start businesses, open accounts, or purchase gold on this day, as it is said to be auspicious. Charity, in the form of food serving or monetary contributions, are also norms in some families. Relatives and friends visit nearby homes on this day, while some houses are filled with stories of Ramayana, Periya Puranam, etc. throughout the day. Amidst the festive fervours, the spirit of the celebration is often neglected or forgotten, making this spiritual holy day yet another day of merrymaking and partying. As Sai devotees, keeping in mind that life has more to it than eating, drinking, sensual pleasure, and sleeping, it is only important to remember and imbibe the spiritual significance instead of being lost in the technical ritualistic details of the festival. Let us together remind ourselves that the ever up-pointing bright lights are tools to rejuvenate our otherwise dull life to its true purpose and meaning, to seek the everlasting joy and satisfaction that lies in a virtuous life well lived, and eventually attain solace of the promised land the scriptures offer as the means to escape the volatile, momentary tribulations of life.